Hello humans, Cubic here, and today we got Pleeg! Hopefully I didn't blow the mic, but yeah, Pleeg.
Cubic.
Alright humans, so yeah, today honestly kind of having a really rough day. I won't go into it obviously because we're here to review Pleeg, but you know, I'm hoping that Pleeg made some really uplifting music in this new EP and it'll help put me in a better mood. So counting on you, Pleeg. If I still hate my day today after listening to this EP, then your music sucks. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure it'll be beautiful. So that's why I'm excited to get into it. And I'm pretty freaking surprised, as I'm sure a lot of you were, to see Pleeg on Never Say Die. Fucking congrats. It's super fitting, being as the EP is called the Dreamer EP. And you know, it's every artist's dream. Well, not every artist, but it's a lot of our dreams. And I'm assuming Pleeg's dream to fucking hop on Never Say Die one day, you know? That's one of the ultimate goals in our little dubstep world. And it's crazy to think that just a little over or a little less than a year ago, I was reviewing one of the New Colors volumes where Pleeg made their debut on Rushdown and kind of into the scene overall. And so think that just a year later, now Pleeg is on Never Say Die and just going up to the next echelon of dubstep music producer. Fucking just congrats, Pleeg. We love to see it, and yeah, I'm just super interested to hear what is on this EP. I've seen Pleeg evolve quite a bit over the year, but yeah, there's not much else to say. Let's just go ahead and jump into the Pleeg Dreamer EP on Never Say Die. Let's see what this French color-based producer has got in store for us. Also, by the way, make sure to drop a like if you're enjoying the video and comment what you are thinking about this EP as we go through it. If you haven't heard it, if you have heard it, still let me know what you're thinking. You know, we got to please the algorithm gods. And also I like to always know where the general populace's heads are at, you know? All right, so let's get started with Alone by Pleeg. I'm already feeling in a better mood and we haven't even got to the music yet. So let's fucking go. Okay. What an intro. And I saw a video of Pleeg playing piano, actually playing the outro of this song on Twitter. So I'm inclined to believe that Pleeg recorded that, like, this is Pleeg, like, on the fucking keys, bruh. Just like wailing away. Not just some MIDI and stuff like that. All right, we got a fat little sub, or 808, whatever you want to call it. I just realized this is 166 BPM, so is it gonna be drum step or is it gonna be drum and bass? Ooh. Okay, it's almost like future bass. Wow, this is really interesting to hear on Never Say Die. I don't think I've ever heard anything so chill and just super melodic on Never Say Die. What the fuck? This isn't even like heavy in any aspect. Also, is the kick stereo? Wow. Damn, that's completely not at all what I expected, but it's really pretty. It's a really nice intro into the EP. I love this, like, fake out. Okay, this has some like subtle, more Kismet vibes in terms of like some of the flow and syncopation. and some of the drums and like sound effects, except for, I said flow, I didn't mean flow. The flow is what's different. It's not as like stop-start as More Kismet. I guess the only comparable artist I've heard on Never Say Die before in terms of like the overall tone. Okay, this outro is beautiful. But in terms of the tone and overall feeling and everything, would be More Kismet. But even so, More Kismet is quite a bit heavier. So this is kind of a first for Never Say Die. Love the subtle ambiance in the background too. Ooh, all right. Well, that was a beautiful little intro into the EP. Now I'm like really don't know what to expect. Pleeg has really shown over the past year how much variety they have in their sound. But man, yeah, this was just kind of like a nice, happy, uplifting, kind of almost future bass influence sort of vibe. It wasn't even really the color bass stuff that we're used to hearing from Pleeg. It was just like kind of a just chill, I don't even know what to classify that as specifically. It's just a beautiful song. Didn't make me feel alone, but I guess, yeah, I can see the alone feel, because it did feel just like alone in another world, in a beautiful dream world, you know, all by yourself, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Okay, I'm probably reading too into it, but what I get from it is that it's alone, but not like you're sad boy alone that you're used to. More like I'm alone in this beautiful dream world around me, and I'm constructing this world. I don't know. But regardless, it was a beautiful little world. I don't have too much to say about it. We're just gonna keep it going. Let me know what you're thinking about it. We're gonna go to Glass by Pleeg. Okay, what an intro into that. Just a beautiful like soul vocal, kind of pitched oddly, but in a satisfying way. These kicks are really throwing me off, because they definitely sound stereo. Maybe a little Emo Boy 303 influence there. Oh, I love the kind of convergence of like the organic instruments mixed with the synthesized bass. It's a really nice combo. Though the kicks are throwing me off, I do like them. I am just so confused that this is on Never Say Die. I thought for sure that maybe it was going to be a heavier side of Pleeg. Okay. Okay. This is my favorite so far. Oh, these percussion fills. So many snares in one phrase, but I love it. Some like, it's almost like IDM right here. Oh, I love this part. That's like my favorite part. It's so weird. The sounds have the smallest transients, but they hold this like really interesting tonality. And I just love this kind of oriental trap feel. But there's also something like kind of country feeling about the instrument. It's so weird. It's such an interesting mashup of influences. This feels like neo-folk music or some shit. This is dope. I love that. And it did feel very glassy. Man, okay, that's That's something completely different from Pleeg. I've never quite heard anything like that before, and I think I'm enjoying that even more than Pleeg's color-based stuff. That one definitely felt a bit more Pleeg than Alone did, just in terms of like Pleeg's signature sound that we've known him for. But man, it's just so interesting that this is on Never Say Die. I wonder if this is like kind of signifying a new direction or new era of Never Say Die. I mean, they closed down Black Label, but now that they're dropping stuff like this and like Euphorian, and they are slowly leaning more into color bass and future rhythm, like the more melodic side with people like Asora, for instance, it makes me wonder if shutting down Black Label was a good idea, because Black Label was kind of like the even darker and grimier side of Never Say Die, and it kind of separated that. And when they shut it down, I was like, well, it was all starting to blend together anyways. But now they're adding even more variation to the label that's kind of making the identity even more scrambled than when it was when Black Label was a thing. So now I feel like they should have Black Label to kind of separate the really dark kind of more rhythm shit from like just the general dope music that they've been signing, like Pleeg, because this is just completely out of what we all know Never Say Die for the past 10 years, you know. But that being said, I'm not complaining. It's really cool that Pleeg's getting this platform, and such weird and beautiful music is being displayed on Never Say Die. It's just cool. What an interesting time we're living in. And also, hey, I am not one to knock genres like these and more experimentation in the industry kind of getting some attention and exposure, rightly so. So yeah, let's keep it moving. We got Useless coming up next. Useless is 152 BPM. All of these have been above 150 BPM in this kind of area of tempo, like 155 to 168, you know, where you honestly don't hear a lot of artists making music in that tempo range. And honestly, it's a tempo range that I've always enjoyed. Like, for the brief second that Drumstep was huge, that was like the one time in the span of like dubstep's existence where I really heard a lot of experimentation in that tempo range, and I think it's a fun tempo and it's just not utilized enough. So hey, props to Pleeg for having fun in that area. All right, enough talking. Useless, let's get it. All right, really cool world building. Ooh, I like the drippy shit in the background. Ah, that's really satisfying. Ooh, these weird like laser things. Ooh, kind of not retro feeling, I guess. Just feels really cyber. Oh, satisfying ass glitch. The stereo kicks though, it's such an interesting decision. Oh, this is a fucking vibe and a half. I love how there wasn't much of a build. Oh! All of this music I would love to hear live. It would just be such a fun, happy fucking show. It's so interesting. Pleeg is using a lot of sounds and instrumentation that I'm used to hearing in this style of music, but there's something about all of the individual elements though, even though that they're familiar instruments that you're used to hearing, there's just something changed about them that just is unique to Pleeg in this EP. Ooh. Okay, this is a little heavy. Check, check. It's always cool to hear how everybody uses the check vocal. It's really traveled through quite a few different vibes and styles of music. Man, that was a dope song. Glass is still my favorite, but I really enjoyed that. There's the beeps logging off. Honestly, though, the song didn't completely fit the useless vibe. I think the vocals were singing about being useless or something. There's kind of so much going on, and the vocals were kind of distorted, so it was I don't know. It might just be my ADHD brain, but I didn't quite register what the vocals or the song was really about. It was more just really fun and beautiful songs, and the flow was on point. Really fun flow. Like I said, I'm still getting a lot of like more Kismet influence in this, but it's like kind of pulling some of the really cool things about more Kismet songs, but then at least for me personally, giving a more danceable and fun and uplifting flow to that kind of aesthetic, which is something I can definitely appreciate. Yeah, fucking let's keep it going. Why by Pleeg. Why Pleeg? Oh, okay, so this is already sounding a little more orchestral and epic, kind of like Millennium sort of shit. Let's see if it ends up feeling like that. These fucking kicks. I do like how this kick is distorted. The drums in all these songs have been pretty on point in terms of the arrangement, the rhythms, the grooves, and the processing, aside from the stereo kick. Ooh. This is so weird to hear on Never Say Die. I expected at least a couple of the songs to kind of feel like they fit more on Never Say Die. This is truly a new direction for Never Say Die. This is wild. I don't think the stereo kick works in the build here. This drop's really interesting. I feel like I guess dubstep leads or whatever you want to call them, I feel like they could be a little beefier. I understand trying to make some room for all these amazing fills and foley's and mainly the vocals, but I do feel like it's a little too weak. I feel like there's still a lot of space that could have been filled in terms of the main underlying leads. Ooh, I love this art. I love how lasery and like plucky it feels. You can definitely feel though, like this EP definitely, I don't know, in the past, Pleeg's music in the past year, it's always felt, I don't know, Pleeg has had a defined sound, but it never felt completely like, I don't know how to explain it because I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but basically what I'm trying to say is that this EP feels like Pleeg has found who Pleeg is, you know? Like this feels like its own unique thing. It's just very much, it's polished for the most part, like yeah, I just wish the dubstep leads were a little heavier. The sub could also maybe be a little fatter too. Ooh! This percussion reminds me of like Glass Animals for some reason. That was pretty. It was very interesting to hear. Like, it's just a completely fleshed out song with vocals, with everything. There's a lot going on. Like I said, I personally think the mix down could have been pushed a little harder, especially for the dubstep leads, but it's still props need to be given for how much things were going on there and how much dynamic range was withheld or not withheld, was maintained, and how everything really sounded like clean and got its own place to shine. I just feel like maybe Pleeg was like a little too safe with the mix down, if that makes sense. But like I was saying, just it's really cool to see this evolution of Pleeg. This feels like the true beginning of Pleeg, you know? It feels like this is what the last year's been building up to. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Pleeg. I might just be full of shit, but it's like the same sort of thing I saw with Euphorian when Euphorian released on Never Say Die. It was like, yeah, I'd enjoyed a few Euphorian songs here and there before, but there was always like something that felt like it was missing from that music until Euphorian hit Never Say Die, and then it was like, okay, this is like who they are. This is like the new like foundation of who they are, and that's how I feel about this as well with Pleeg. This is all really polished. Even if you're not like completely vibing with the ideas, it's definitely fully fleshed out and put together and polished ideas in terms of, you can see the effort and like the substance within all of this, you know, and just like the statement it's making. So yeah, really dope to see. And someone from Never Say Die, please help me understand why this is on Never Say Die. And I keep saying that, I don't mean like this shouldn't be on Never Say Die necessarily. Like I said, I think it's really dope. I'm just a little bit confused in terms of it's just something new we've never heard on Never Say Die. And all these years, Never Say Die has been marketed as like skulls, you know, like it's black skulls, snakes, heavy music. It's all the heavy, dark music of dubstep, you know? Like, heck, they didn't even have like bro step, really. There's like maybe like 5 bro step songs ever on Never Say Die, but like even during the bro step phase, they didn't really put any of the kind of more mainstream, not as super dark and heavy bro step on the label. And you didn't really ever see them when melodic dubstep was huge. They weren't putting like the heavy side melodic dubstep. This is just straight up like future beats, you know? So really interesting, really interested to see what Never Say Die's future looks like. And is this something that they're doing for longevity of the label, or they really believe in this new kind of style? Well, this isn't even really, well, this is a new style, but it honestly doesn't really fit into color bass in future rhythm like I'm thinking, because that stuff's more like a combination of heavy and melodic, whereas other than this song, most of this is just melodic kind of future beats sort of thing. Anyways, I'm getting too sidetracked with this whole why is it on Never Say Die thing, but regardless, yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. This is cool. Well done, Pleeg. We got 2 more songs. Next we've got Insomnia, which if you didn't see, go follow Pleeg on Twitter. I'll put their handle on here because I don't remember off the top of my head, but like they showed off the Insomnia project file in FL Studio, and it was just fucking huge. So yeah, I definitely understand why this song is called Insomnia, because I'd have insomnia after trying to deal with that project file. Oh, and we have more of that oriental trap sort of influence. Ooh, I like the panning. All the transitions between sections in all of these songs are like really well done. Really well, like really playing with contrast in really interesting ways, opening and closing things. Again, I can't completely understand a lot of these vocals, but it is nice that vocals are being incorporated with all this music. Definitely makes it a bit more digestible to certain audiences. Okay, here's more of the color bass side of Pleeg. A lot of more Kismet influence in this one as well, with just all the glass break Foley and like those kick impacts. And also more of that integration of organic instruments mixed with Pleeg's sort of synthesized sound. Really interesting. I love this oriental trap infused like fusion. Okay, the guitar could be louder. Sounds like almost like a Spanish guitar. Yeah, I wish the guitar, whatever that is, was a bit kind of beefier. This is crazy though. The syncopation. I feel like this is something I'd hear on Monster Cat. I wouldn't be surprised if that's Pleeg's next stop. This is dope. And Pleeg's still out here rocking the stereo kicks. I'm very interested to know how these songs sound in mono. I feel like some of what's going on in these songs, mainly the kick, just can't. There's gotta be some serious phasing going on somewhere. Oh, loving this bass. Oh shit, what's it about to be? Double time? No. Okay, the transition into the outro, obviously very small thing, but that felt like a completely different vibe than the drop. A little weird outro, kind of a little unnerving, but yeah, that was a really cool song. That one too, I wasn't completely a fan of the mix down. I think there was a lot of elements that were too quiet or too insignificant, even though the way they're arranged to be significant. So that part's a little confusing. Hopefully the way I just said that made sense to people. But yeah, in terms of the overall idea though, idea is beautiful. I really think Pleeg, you should keep going with this interesting oriental trap sort of incorporation and like the different types of guitars and organic instruments being like wrapped in with the electronic synths and like the color-based processing and stuff. I think it's really interesting, really pleasant, really creative, and really unique. And I haven't really heard a lot of other, if any, other people doing stuff like that. So yeah, keep at that. That's really cool. The songs that are doing that are leaving the biggest impression in my head. And aside from just some subtle mixing decisions that I'm not a complete fan of, all these ideas and compositions are phenomenal. Final tune, Mirror. Really interesting intro. It's like muddy in a cool way. Love the melody, love the Reese, love the ethereal vocals, love the drums. Ooh, what an... I like how minimal this is, it really works. More goddamn stereo kicks though. Oh, yeah. It like kind of faked your brain out. You thought it was gonna go, but it just breaks. Okay, so I love the drop, but the mix down again, there's things that are just coming through a little too quiet. Like I said, I like the dynamic range is great, but it's like too much. Like things need to be kind of like pushed a little harder in my opinion. Especially like when you hear the drop versus this part. This part's so full, like you can even tell with the waveforms comparatively. And yeah, so I think that like if I was to play this song live, which I would, I'd probably go in and remaster it myself, just make the drop a little like louder and push it a little harder, hopefully. Whoa, really interesting. Ooh, the phone call. Okay, this drop's fucking goated. Oh, love the space and the... Oh, this is so cool. Oh, this outro's tight. I really enjoy this fucking wonky underwater sub that we got in the intro. I want more of that second drop. That second drop was so cool. All right, so I'd say my top 2 favorite songs are Glass and Mirror. But overall, this EP was really charming. I feel like that's the best way to put it. It's just very charming and very interesting, very unique. Yeah, it's a nice little new flavor too. Like there's a lot of things familiar about these songs, but it's like Pleeg just pulled these different characteristics from other genres and other people's styles that we know and love and mashed them all together with Pleeg style. And obviously, I mean, we should all know this by now. That's how you make new styles and new unique music. These days, art is just, whenever a new artist comes out with crazy shit, all it is just a weird bundle of their own influences stemming from random places. And that's how you make truly genre defining music. So yeah, Pleeg is on the right path. I'd say work on the mix down a little bit. I definitely appreciate the creative mix down decisions. You know, 1, it takes balls to do that. And 2, it does work. I mean, ideas are the most important part. Mix down is secondary in my opinion. We see that with, for instance, Emo Boy 303 by Leotrix. But I do think, especially in terms of, I forgot which 2 songs, but 2 of these songs, I think they kind of reduce the impact of the drop. So yeah, something to think about. Pleeg, take the advice or leave it. It's all subjective to an extent. Definitely want to know what everybody else thinks down below in terms of my criticisms and what you loved about this. Did you guys really enjoy some of these weird genre and style fusions like I did? And if anyone knows why Never Say Die signed this, like what their plans are moving forward, that'd be really interesting to know. But I think this might be the beginning of a new dawn. Keep dreaming, Pleeg. Definitely seems like your dreams are coming true and you've created a beautiful little world, and I'm excited to dive deeper into it over the next few years. So yeah, keep it coming. I'm definitely on board with Pleeg. You know, I respected Pleeg before. There's a couple songs that like I was like, oh yeah, Pleeg's dope. But now I'm like, nah, Pleeg fucks, dude. So yeah, definitely hope I get to hear some of this music live someday. I feel like this would just be the most fun and just happy set. I think a lot of this music will actually translate live pretty well, but not in the usual way. Just in a, it would just sound, I don't know. Well, actually with the mix downs and the stereo kicks, that it might be debatable. But in terms of just music I'd want to hear live, this is it. So my name is Naughty Step, and okay, no. My name is Cubic. You can join my Discord server down below. Fucking, we're stuck at like 780 people. We just keep people join and then people leave. But yeah, I'm trying to get active on my Discord again, make that community pop again. Not that it's not popping. I keep rambling. Join the Discord. You can see everything else down below. I'm going to be adding some of these songs to my Best of Bass playlist on Spotify. Go like that shit. And yeah, bye-bye, humans. Fucking keep dreaming. Keep fucking dreaming. Your dreams are important no matter where you live, what hardships you're dealing with. Chase happiness. Happiness will lead to fulfillment and success no matter what. I believe that, and I believe in you. Hello humans, Cubic here, and today we got Pleeg. What am I? Pleeg. Pleeg. So, yeah, I'm gonna quit rambling. What was I gonna say? I don't even know what to classify. Excuse me.